Good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm very honored to be here and thank you for inviting me here today. I'm Nishimura Yasutoshi, Minister of Economy, Trade and Industry. In 2013, I gave a speech here in Singapore on Abenomics as State Minister of the Cabinet Office. I vividly remember introducing the promotion of the TPP, corporate tax reform, deregulation, among others, and calling for investment in Japan from the ASEAN countries. And I would say that Singapore is a very memorable and special place for me, as I visited here in 1995 for my honeymoon. We stayed at the Raffles Hotel, and my wife was so delighted and so satisfied. But then we went to Malaysia, where we put on helmets and visited the Panasonic factory. My wife still says to me every time, why did we have to wear helmets on our honeymoon to inspect the factory? For decades, Japan has been building broad supply chains and growing together with partners in the Asia region. We will continue to develop win-win relationships in the Indo-Pacific region, overcome the crisis we are facing now, and open up the future for growth and prosperity. The world is now facing three major historical crises: the COVID-19 pandemic, the aggression against Ukraine, and climate change. In the midst of these crises, the world is being pushed toward divergence. However, in times like this, cooperation is important, not decoupling. I will always keep in mind the free and open Indo-Pacific, FOIP, advocated by former Prime Minister Abe, who fell victim to a deadly bullet in July. I intend to carry forward former Prime Minister with will and promote the establishment of a free and inclusive economic order. Looking around the world, we see disruption and conflict in various supply chains for semiconductors, pharmaceuticals, LNG, and other goods. Japan would like to build a cooperative relationship with like-minded economies in the Indo-Pacific to overcome the current challenges. For example, regarding the semiconductor production, Japan has introduced a law last year ahead of the US and started providing assistance to the extent of hundreds of billions of yen. I recently visited construction site of JASM factory in Kumamoto, in Kyushu. JASM is trying to complete the construction in 1.5 years, which is a half of the normal time, or required 3 years. TSMC has also evaluated that Japan was slow at the start of moving, but once it began moving, it became much quicker as compared to Arizona. In other words, Japan is no longer too little too late. In the Pacific region, regional framework that realizes free and open Indo-Pacific has been progressing, such as the TPP I negotiated when I was minister in charge of the TPP, as well as the IPEF, for which we agreed in September of this year to start negotiations. In order to maximize the benefits of these frameworks and create innovation, it's important to attract highly skilled human resources, technologies, and funds through investment from abroad. Although Japan is often thought to be reluctant to accept foreigners, we will accelerate efforts to attract foreign highly skilled professionals. For example, the point-based system for highly skilled professionals that allows you to apply for permanent residence after 1 year residence at the fastest was introduced in 2012. Particularly, ASEAN is a region where many Japanese companies have established operations and partners that has long worked together to develop the industrial foundation and human resources. Japan and ASEAN are working to achieve the following 3-100. 1. Creating 100 use cases of data utilization for supply chain sophistication over the 5 years. Second, establishing a network of a total of 100 entrepreneurs in ASEAN and Japan. 3. Creating 100 businesses every year that solve social challenges through co-creation. In the realization of this goal, we hope to further deepen ASEAN-Japan cooperation. Startups are at the core of creating new ideas and technologies. Open innovation with startups will provide a major stimulus to Japan's large companies. Japan's large companies have finally begun to review their investment strategies as well as their payroll and personnel systems. We'd like to strongly encourage these companies to change through open innovation and other means. In order to promote such bold restructuring, we expanded the size of fund allowed for JIC, Japan's Sovereign Wealth Fund, to 1.1 trillion yen, or about $7.8 billion. And the supplementary budget includes 20 billion yen, about $143 million, for investment in startups through collaboration with overseas funds. We hope to make effective use of this budget as soon as it passes. What I'd like to emphasize is the development of a support system for foreign direct investment in Japan. JETRO provides one-stop support for foreign companies establishing bases and expanding businesses in Japan. JETRO has also launched the Japan Innovation Bridge, J-Bridge, to support collaboration and cooperation between Japanese and foreign companies, and is focusing on the promotion of international open innovation. I hope that all of you here today will take advantage of this framework. We believe that MOU between JPX and JETRO will accelerate these efforts by connecting JETRO's network of foreign companies with JPX networks of Japanese listed companies. I expect JPX and JETRO to advance efforts to further promote cross-border collaboration and business matching aimed for creating innovation, organized market introduction, and capital raising assistance, thereby enabling investors and entrepreneurs in both regions of ASEAN and Japan to establish stronger collaborative relationships. We'll continue to work hard to create an environment that encourages investment by all of you here today. Japan eased entry restrictions last month, and the next year will mark the 50th anniversary of ASEAN-Japan friendship and cooperation. So this is indeed the time for opportunities. Japan hopes to grow together with Asia, drawing on the vitality of the participants who joined us today. Thank you for your attention. Thank you.